Shout out to Mr. Daniels. So let's see what she's talking about.
On DoorDash. You guys know I DoorDash, saying that I falsely reported a store closed when it wasn't closed. Why would I accept an order, drive all the way to the location just to report the store closed, to possibly get half of the payment instead of all of it? That doesn't make sense. And see, when you get too many contract violations, you are in danger of losing your account. Losing my account would mean that I cannot provide for myself right now because that's what I'm doing. I'm door dashing to provide for myself, amongst other things. But DoorDash is a significant stream of income. You guys wonder why I talk about the black community and why I'm so adamant on not trying to drown out what's actually going on amongst black and poor people, and stop trying to sugarcoat it and make it look like all black people are saints with halos. And stores have black people in them, and I'm sorry. I don't give a if you're talking about Popeyes, Donald's, Wendy's, any store that black people work, they will shut down the whole store. And I've dealt with this for years. I've been door dashing for years. They will shut down the entire store like a McDonald's and say it's closed when it's not, just so they can hang out in there, just so they can chill in there. You know how many times people have told me stores were closed and I had to learn to be like, well, I have to report that it's closed. And then they say, oh, what's your order? Why would you say that after I say, well, I have to report it? Because you're
That that's crazy. They just said the coworker just told her, "I'm sorry, we're closed." But the second she said, "Okay, well, since y'all closed, I have to report it to DoorDash that y'all closed." Now all of a sudden they wanna, can I take your order? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Can I take your order? You ain't gotta report it because they know that if the DoorDasher reports that they're closed, then most likely that will go to the manager or supervisor or CEO, and that coworker or coworkers may get in trouble for that. Let's continue. Listen to the story.
you're lying. You see, these type of actions are so inconsiderate because you think that you just because you don't want to make one meal or two meals or do your job that you're getting paid to do. You're getting paid to do these jobs. You will put somebody else's account at risk. I lost my DoorDash account years ago because of this. I was DoorDashing in a predominantly black neighborhood where they would say, hand it to me. Because you have the option to say, leave it at the door, hand it to me. They
Okay,
would all say they didn't get their food so that they can get a free meal.
so what I'm gonna say about that real quick, I think Mr. Dan was about to say something, but before we continue with the video, I just want to say this real quick. I've done DoorDash before. I've done Uber Eats before. I've done Grubhub before. And it is true. There are times they would say, leave it at the door, right? And then when you walk up to the door and you're about to put it down you're about to put it down in front of the door to take a picture, the second you're about to put it down on the floor or by the door, they would open up the door real quick and hand their arms out to grab their food, right? Like they don't want you to take a picture of it, so they may or may not have a motive, you know, to tell door that I didn't get my food, but clearly it said leave at my door. And if they grab the food and without giving you a chance to take a picture, then you can't really dispute that argument with DoorDash because there's no picture, there's no proof. You know what I'm saying? That you handed it to them. There's no proof that you left it on a porch, right? For that particular order. So what I recommend real quick, I recommend for all the DoorDashers out there, uh, even you, ma'am, I don't know what your name is, but I recommend that when you have an order and it says leave it at the door, right? before you get out your car, hit the next step for it to get to the camera part, right? Hit the button on your DoorDash app for it to get to the camera part, like you're gonna take the picture, right? While you're still in your car. So what you do is once it gets to the camera part, then, or even you can get to the camera part while you're walking towards the door. Don't get to the camera part while, like, when you officially arrived at the door. Don't get to the camera part then. Try to get to the camera part, before then. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when you're about to put it down to take a picture and they open up the door, right? You tell them, hold on. You can either, hold on, let me take a picture on the floor and then I'll give it to you. Or you could hand it to them and say, hold on, let me take a picture, with it in your hands. Or let me take a picture with me handing it to you. You know what I'm saying? So that way you cover your butt. That way, you know what I'm saying? That way they can't say that they did not get their order because now you have a picture. Right? Let's get back to the video.
That's so dumb, and it is. It's a lot of people scheming, and I don't think that this is just singular to black people, but you can't discount her experience and say that it's not a real thing because she's experiencing it. And as a person that previously used to own and operate a restaurant now, I choose to just be a silent partner. But as a person that was operating it on a daily basis, I will tell you that she is not lying about them getting lazy, choosing to lock the door, closing early, saying that the restaurant is closed because they want to get paid, but they don't want to do the work. And so what they do is they just invite their friends, they close the inside, and until you get cameras and you start addressing or firing people, you'll never get results.